Hello and welcome to my alternative channel, Anti-War. And today, this afternoon, a warming winter day, still humid as heck, but that I can live with. It's the warmth that I'm really enjoying. Okay, and I want it, and I don't even hardly need this, but I want it to get warmer and warmer. I like global warming. Okay, now that's just a preference. Um, we have Juicy Little Thing, India Pale Ale. Well, yeah. India Pale Ale. Maybe they ought to call it Juicy Little Thing Pale Ale here on Anti-War because 35 bitterness units, 35 IBUs, and you're going to call it an India Pale Ale. Now, people can come at me and say, all right, who are you to define India Pale Ale? I'm not anybody to define it. 6.5% introduced in 2022. I like the can though. It's a nice website. Let's look at the screen share here. Yeah, nice looking website. Good photos, good can art. Be nicer in bottles, just aesthetically, probably didn't make a difference on beer. There's a gallery, 6.5, 35 bitterness units. They use 2-row pale malt, but so that's the barley, but they use oats and wheat. So this is really, it's a multigrain malt beverage. Oats, 2-row pale and wheat. So it's, how we used to say they use adjuncts. Well, that's what it is. So you can't come up to me to well, the Reinheitsgebot was amended to add wheat. Okay, well, it wasn't amended to add oats. Citra, Eldorado, Mosaic, and Sterling hops. So a nice 4 different hops there. I'm sure they're very nice. I'm sure the company knows what they're doing. How we make it hazy, they go into that. If you want to read that. They use malted and unmalted wheat. So it's all about the proteins, and it goes into a lot of detail, which we won't belabor here, but you could read it if you ever care to. And then you get the juicy, the hazy, the sunny, and the crisp little thing. The crisp, I thought, was the best of the series, or of this pack. Sunny little thing was more expensive version of Blue Moon. Maybe not as good, but marginal either way. Hazy, kind of a disappointing fruity IPA, but it's all right. And juicy, yeah, that's what we're talking about today. Now, there's another nice photo. Now, some people say, your heart, it's easy, I just say, yeah, attacking it. It's not really my preference, but I'm not attacking it. And I've mainly been criticized on my main channel for being too lenient. People say you score too high. My friend David, he'll claim you give everything an A, which is clearly untrue. But he likes to say that. You give everything an A. Well, no. But maybe he doesn't watch my videos. I don't know. I just think there is some kind of issue with the company, like the Hot Bullet Magnum Edition. It's a great tasting beer. I tried it twice. Well, let's say 1.5 times, because the first time was a half can. We were sharing it. My friend David gave me the second can. Okay. Good tasting, but I would call it American Strong Ale. Not a good tasting IPA. And that's why I didn't give it a 95, but then on the other hand, I didn't give it an 85 for being mislabeled and miscategorized. I gave it a 90 down the middle. This thing here smells juicy, hop, lupulin powder. You get that common aroma this day and age, last 8, 9, 10 years. White bread crust, yada, 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 like they say on Seinfeld, I'm not trying to be glib, but and even if I was, it wouldn't even matter because of the other thing. But you know what I'm saying? But it's just sort of a repetitive type of situation. So it's kind of yellowish orange there. You can see looks the same way on camera and in real life. Sometimes real life and camera doesn't look the same. Sometimes it does. All right, taste Jaws. Is it a bad tasting beer? No. I paid $16.49 for the 12 pack. Has decent hop bitterness, which actually, to be honest, I'll try to be honest. It comes across a little higher IBU than the real world taste is a higher IBU than the number shows, 35. But still, ultimately, it comes across as a strong. And somebody was saying like a snide remark on a alcohol egg, strong 6.5. I say, yeah, strong. I don't know what you drink all day. You might drink 14% alcohol beers all day as a bad habit, but 6.5 is a strong beer. You go to England, the average ABV on beer is like 4%. In America, it's really 4.5, 5. Get above 5, that's why they came up with the term malt liquor, to get around the law where you couldn't call beer if it was above 5. You know, there's a whole lot of, or you couldn't make a beer above 5%. They said, what if you make a malt liquor above 5? Oh, well, okay, because they wanted the tax revenue. They weren't going to really stop it, but they're much more like a totalitarian today. They want to outlaw menthol cigarettes because they are in loco parentis. You know what I mean? In loco parentis, they view themselves as in place of the parents, that government in on the Potomac River. In their mind, they're your parent, more so than your parents. But that's another story. You know, we could do videos about it. But so medium body, mostly dry finish. Sweetness is not. It's not any kind of sugar bomb. Uh, it's like it's probably 3 out of 5 sugar cubes, honestly. Oh, the bitterness probably 3.5. Nah, it's hard to decide. 3 at the most, 3.5. But I don't know why somebody would drink this and call it a bitter beer. Like, oh, that is a bitter beer. No, it really isn't. So as a strong pale ale, it's mighty fine. But you know, I can knock Dale's pale ale because Dale's is sort of like an India pale ale. It's not really a pale ale, but they call it that. So it gets a little wishy-washy, a little confused. See, Willard, out there with these natives, things get confused, you know. But it's enjoyable. I'll say that. Yeah, it's enjoyable. Well, I'll give it for what I'm tasting, but it's not remarkable, and it's not impressive, and it's not amazing, and it's not something I would buy again. See what I'm saying? A lot of things are enjoyable, but just so. Like you watch a show and you say, well, that was nice. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't watch it again, but it was, you know, it was nice. And that's how this is. It's nice. It's nice like an 83 out of 100, like a B. Just getting into B. But I wasn't forced to buy the pack. I bought it because I thought, and I'll tell you, I'll be honest. When I bought the pack, I thought I'm probably not going to really like these, but I hope I'm wrong. So let me buy it and we'll find out. Well, I wasn't wrong. I did buy it and I did find out. So, you know, it is what it is, like I said earlier. So I'm pretty much done with the Little Thing series, except for Big Little Thing, which is nice, but it's plenty powerful. And I just do not think I need to be drinking 9.5 or nine, whatever it is, 9.5% ABV beers at any kind of consistent rate. I think I'll probably be better off drinking, like 4.1% Keystone Light, for instance, on a regular basis. I think that would be a lot better idea. In fact, I know it would be a lot better idea. So that's what I'm going to do. But, when I get these, I'll tackle them and bring them, do the overflow videos onto this channel. So, yeah, I hope the warm weather slowly. Of course, we're going to have cold days. We'll get cold days even in May. But, as each day goes by, there's more chance of warmth and the chances of cold diminish. So, as far as getting so cold that pipes would freeze, I would say once January passes, that's basically an impossibility. It's not an impossibility, but it's basically an impossibility. So, this is the part of the year where it's February. Uh, the first week of February has gone by, and you're going to see a slow warmth. And in a practical sense, we're basically in spring. In Louisiana, southeastern Louisiana, this is springtime. Just the inklings of it. Right now, in another week, let's say, what is February 8th today? February 15th, you see blooming. There'll be things blooming everywhere, and then the grass will just begin to grow like mad. And it'll get worse. By July, you'd be wearing that lawnmower out. It'd be like cutting shag carpet. It gets crazy. Except this past year, we had this unusual drought, which caused a lot of problems. But that's unusual. Usually, it's enough rain, not a lot. Summer in Louisiana is a little bit on the dry side, but winter is wetter. It's the wet time, but the wet season. But we still get a decent amount of rain in the summer. Just this past summer was an aberration. All right. Doesn't mean you have to go buy an electric car because they had a one summer in 100 years that was a super drought. One in 30 years. In the last 30 years, we probably had 2 summers like that. These things happen. An aberration is not an average. It's an occurrence that goes against the average. All right. But anyway, you might believe in the propaganda, but that's all right. I don't want to offend anybody. All right. So thanks for watching. Take care. Ta-ta. Oh, now we're going to jump back to the regular channel.